Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome to another news update video, our fortnightly look at everything that has been going on in the English Pokemon TCG. We're going to go over all of the stuff that released over the last couple of weeks, all the stuff that was announced, and potentially just some other weird items and updates, so let's jump right into it. Now, first off, one of the big things that happened was Journey Together was released. So alongside the regular booster packs and everything, we got a lot of different promo products coming out. Obviously, the enhanced booster boxes do have that Journey Together stamped Ends Reshiram as kind of a box topper promo. We then had the ETBs, which come with this gorgeous looking Ends Zorua, coming in both regular and Pokemon Center version. We have single pack blisters with Yanma and Scraggy promos, and 3-pack blisters with the Yanmega and Scrafty. And finally some check lane blisters which had Cosmos foil versions of Stellar Crown cards, Rhyperior, Klinklang, Archaludon, and Melmel. Not going into those in too much detail because we did already know those were coming out. This was just the actual release date, and I have done another video on the channel if you want to look at those blisters in any more detail. The other product that came out on release was the Hopsation box. This came with a Black Star promo of Hopsation and Cosmos foil variants of Hops Wooloo and Hops Dubwool from the Journey Together set. Next up, we do, of course, have the announcement of the next set, Destined Rivals, and we know quite a lot about the products that are coming out for that. I'm sure a lot of you will have heard that the Pokemon Center exclusive ETB did go up for pre-order and sold out almost instantly. I don't think at the time we actually knew what the promo was going to be for it, but they have since revealed that it's going to be this Rocket's Wobbuffet promo. Another one which, of course, has the regular and Pokemon Center version, depending on if you get the retail or the Pokemon Center ETB. We also do already know about all of the blisters that are expected to come out for Destined Rivals. So we, of course, have the 2 single-pack blisters. Those are going to feature promos of Eevee and Zarude. The 2 3-pack blisters will feature promos of Kangaskhan and Zebstrika. And we know of 4 Evolution line check lane blisters. Now, the assumption is that these will feature Cosmos versions of the highest evolution. We will confirm that, of course, when they come out, but those would be Togekiss, Skeledirge, Rabska, and Gastrodon, all from the Surging Sparks expansion. Another nice detail is that we do in fact already know the pre-release promos for the set, which is crazy considering for the last set, Journey Together, I don't think we knew the pre-release promos until about a week or 2 before release. The promos are Team Rocket's Tyranitar, Team Rocket's Mimikyu, Misty's Gyarados, and Ethan's Typhlosion. But the most interesting thing about this is that these are not Black Star promos. These are actually variants of cards from the set. I think the last time this happened was Evolutions at the end of the XY era, so it has been a while since we've had pre-release promos that were part of the set rather than being Black Star promos. So what this most likely means is that they will feature the same art as they do in the set, no more exclusive art for the pre-release promos. They just have that set logo on them, and will again likely come in staff versions as well. The actual release of the set is May 30th, with the pre-release weekends being the 2 weeks before that, but we know all the promos, we know all of the blisters. We've got a lot of info already. 2 more products that have been announced for release a little bit after Destined Rivals, June 13th. A couple of weeks later are some box sets. First off, we have a Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX box. Now, this box set is going to feature a Black Star promo of Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, as well as a copy of Team Rocket's Meowth and Team Rocket's Giovanni. Both of these are going to be cards from the Destined Rivals set, again, with the assumption that these will be in Cosmos foil, but that is something we will know for definite and can confirm when the box set actually comes out. The other product is a Cynthia's Garchomp EX Premium Collection. Now, this one is similar to the Iono's collection that we showed off not too long ago that has also been announced. It's got these pop-out standees of Cynthia and some of her Pokemon to set up a display. And in terms of cards, it's going to come with a full art Black Star promo of Cynthia's Garchomp EX, along with a copy of Cynthia's Gibble and Cynthia's Gabite. Again, the assumption is that those will be Cosmos foil, and assumption is that they will be from the Destined Rival set. Also, we don't have images of just the cards yet to 100% confirm. Next thing to show you is a bit of a weird one. It is a little bit of an update because it's actually related to the Journey Together pre-releases that we talked about in the last video. And this one is impossible to just tell you about, so I'm going to have to show you. So what we need to look at here is we need to look at the actual staff stamp on the card here. I'm using this Darmanitan as an example. So as you can see, the letters in the word staff are raised up. They're raised off the card. I might take out the sleeve so we can see it a bit better. So this is something they were doing for a while with a lot of staff promos and a lot of other promos, especially from Worlds. Hopefully you can see it catching in the light nicely. You can see that the light is going on the sides of the lettering to show that it's raised. So, as I said, they started this at Worlds a couple of years back, and then some staff promos off and on were using this method, and some were using the old method of just stamping the card. You know, I think most of the regionals ones, or potentially all the regionals ones I've seen, have had this raised lettering, and then the pre-releases differed by set. Now, this was the card that Law got for the first pre-release, got the staff promos in, and then for Law's second pre-release as a judge, got this one. You might be able to see the difference already. This uses that old stamping method. You can see that the light is hitting the stamp on the different sides, showing that this is actually embedded into the card rather than being the raised up lettering. It's very difficult to really tell if you're just glancing at it, but when you have them in person, you can definitely see the difference, especially if you're already familiar with both types of stamp or raised lettering before. You can definitely see there, you can see the difference between the raised lettering and the embedded lettering. So all four of these staff promos do actually have two different versions. No clue why they've done this, and it does mean I'm probably going to have to go and start pulling out basically every staff promo from the last couple of years and comparing them to images online just to double check that there are not two versions of anything else. But we'll see where we go from there. That's something for another day. There'll probably be another whole video on that if it turns out it's more widespread than just these. We're now jumping back over to our favourite Asian countries, Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines, the Asian countries that release cards in English. Now, you may know that a little while back, they released a set of gym promos. These were cards that were given away in 3-card booster packs at their pre-releases, and they built up to form a 24-card set. The most notable ones from that first set were the Radiant Charizard and Radiant Greninja. Well, they just recently announced the release of the second wave of these promos, a full new set starting at Journey Together pre-releases and again featuring in 3-card booster packs. Now, since they started being given out, I was trying to look at some pictures and put together a full list, but just today as I'm recording this, a YouTuber by the name of Top Deck Boss actually put out this image in which he has been able to put together a complete set. At least image-wise, it looks like he has put together most of the set himself and then had to Photoshop in or crop in the last couple of cards just to show them all off together. But what we can see is it is a full new 24-card set. There are no overlaps with the previous gym set. Interestingly, there are a lot of overlaps with the Great Ball and Ultra Ball tournament promos, along with the Glass Trumpet, which was the special points threshold one for this year. Interestingly, it looks as though potentially every card in this set is foil, with 3 EXs and then the rest being Cosmos foil. It's hard to tell it for definite from this photo, so I will try and confirm when I'm actually able to get my set in and get some more high quality photos from friends of mine. I'll also be able to confirm exact printings of cards at that time too, since I know there's a couple of cards on here that have been featured in a few different sets. If you are someone who collects these, this set should be a lot cheaper than the first set. The fact there's only 3 EXs and there's no Charizard, no Greninja to go after, I'm hoping that this one we can get for a very nice price. And final news for the week, final thing that started going out. You may have heard me talk before, especially on some videos with David, about Professor Plaques. These were plaques that were given out to professors starting about 3 years ago. They were given a special plaque with, basically looks like a 9-card page with something in the middle with their name and then 8 promo cards around the outside. The 8 promo cards were the full art versions of all of the Sword and Shield gym leaders with the Professor Program logo on. I think even over the full 3 years that these went out, there were less than 20 sets actually given out to different professors. So these remain some very, very rare cards. Well, starting just this week, this year's group of professors started receiving their plaques, and they have new cards in them. As we can see, they now feature the full art versions of all of the Scarlet Violet gym leaders. So we have Katie from the Scarlet and Violet base set, Iono and Grusha from Paldea Revolved, Rhyme from Obsidian Flames, Larry and Tulip from Paradox Rift, Kofu from Stellar Crown, and Brassius from Prismatic Evolutions. It seems like they were just waiting on Brassius being released in full art before they started handing out these plaques to the professors this year. It's a little gutting for me because, as I think I've mentioned, I love Stellar Crown because of the fact that I love Terapagos. So getting the Kofu is not going to be easy, if at all possible. Basically because I know I can't afford a set, and I don't think anyone's going to break a set. I don't think very many people will ever sell this, but I think the ones that do will sell complete. So Kofu is now going to be a kind of grail card for me, I think. I believe in total this year there are only going to be about 4 or 5 different professors receiving these. Obviously, thank you to Lucy Yang for allowing us to use the photo of her plaque in the video. But, of course, it is likely that these plaques are going to remain the same for the next couple of years until we move into a generation after Scarlet Violet. But again, like the first plaque, I would think that it is going to be probably under 20 copies total. Maybe pushing 25 to 30, just depending on how many people they decide to give them out to. But this is, again, going to be an incredibly rare set of cards. Alright, and that's it from me for today. Hopefully you liked catching up on the news. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you aren't too disappointed by a master set now being not completable, really, because of those plaque promos in the way that I am. Either way, we got a lot of very cool new stuff announced over these last couple of weeks. I can't wait to get my hands on that Asia gym set, the second set, and, you know, Destined Rivals is looking like it might be a really cool set in 3 months' time. I will be back with another one of these update videos in 2 weeks, but until then, I'll have other videos on the channel, hopefully still keeping up on that daily video with David, so hopefully you guys are enjoying that too, and keep checking those out. But that's going to be it from me for today. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
We would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who chooses to support the DJ Gigabyte channel on Patreon. Join us to help out and get a look behind the scenes.
Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos right here.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content from DJ Gigabyte.
Gotta catch 'em all!